I scheduled a goodbye message in case I pass away and forgot to cancel it.
That's why you got to write your goodbye messages by hand.
So 3 to 4 years back from now, I used to be very sick all of the time, which was causing issues in my day-to-day life. I had to quit my job because of my health issues and would be bedridden from time to time. This made me suffer from anxiety and depression. My best friends. Now, there was one thing going in my head. If I was to suddenly pass away one day, I don't want to just pass away before I could give a proper goodbye to my loved ones. So I made a scheduled message 3 months ahead of time, which I wrote to my parents and my younger brother. It starts with, if you're reading this, it means I'm probably gone.
Oh, no.
And it follows with explaining that it's a scheduled message and how much I loved them. And by the way, this comes from a deleted user. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
I'm Keon, and we have a very special guest here today. Could you go ahead and introduce yourself and let the people know who you are and what you do?
I'm Gianmarco, and I feel bad for whoever wrote this story, but I'm a stand-up comedian, so I'll try to be funny about it.
What else can you really do? You can either be really sad or just try to make it a little better.
I understand the desire to do this. It's tough if it's out of nowhere. I've done it before, like I went skydiving. And so it's like, okay, I'm going to write it right now. The problem with scheduling it is your feelings about people change from week to week. So, like, I would constantly be like, oh, I need to update it. I got to take that guy out. Yeah. I need to write, well, I didn't really like you that much.
Yeah, you got to edit. That was a little too nice in line 5. I gotta take that one out.
Yeah. I can't imagine they pre-scheduled it, though. That's hilarious.
This is a very type A person.
Did you tell everyone, Gianmarco, like, all right, if I don't make it, who gets what?
I think I just left it, like, on my, like, in a very public place that when they were cleaning out my belongings.
First come, first serve, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, we only know what we know, which is not everything. So we're going to talk about this story, and we might not have all the answers, but if you know some stuff, why don't you go ahead and put it in the comments, and we might read it and put it in an episode. Wow. Mwah. And OP says, similarly, I wrote to one of my college crushes whom I loved a lot, but never had the nerve to confess to. All right, the stakes have just been raised.
This is a great
exponentially now.
This is like a lasagna, you know, just layers.
Listen, I feel bad that you're dealing with what you're dealing with. You're really dropping a bomb on a lot of people's lives that you don't even get to, like, enjoy the chaos of.
You're just kind of checking out right at the climax.
Yeah, because first, if they don't reciprocate, then they feel bad. If they do reciprocate, they're even more depressed.
Yeah.
You should, if you're doing this, maybe say something now.
Yeah, just go ahead and send it. Just go ahead and send it.
Just send it right now.
You can make another one to send later.
Say, if you don't date me, I will kill myself.
Yeah. If you don't respond to this, I will be sending a follow-up. And
I pre-scheduled a message to be sent if you do not go with me to prom.
Yeah, it's like if she says yes, if she says no, if it was nice, if it was bad. I've got
that should
options.
be, you know, those things you send a piece of paper in class. Like, will you date me? Yes.
Yeah.
Or I kill myself.
Yes, or...
There is no.
Or be at my funeral. So, to my crush, I also mentioned how much I loved her, but could never get myself to confess it. And one last one I wrote to myself one day before the time my scheduled messages are delivered. So if I am still alive by then, I would reschedule by 3 months. Just kicking the can down the road. Now, here's the thing. Eventually, my health got better. I got a new job and everything was going fine, but I kept this habit of mine. I would always reschedule my messages by 3 months and send one to myself, reminding me to reschedule one day before it would be delivered over and over again for the past 3 years.
It's a nice reminder, like, oh, I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Look, I made it. I get why you'd get in the habit.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, I'm still here. I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
But still, maybe just send that now. Keep sending it to yourself, but maybe tell your crush you love her. Isn't that also part of it? Like, I'm alive, I'm here. I should let the person know that I have feelings for them.
I guess. It's really... Have you ever been in an airplane and there's been turbulence and you thought to yourself, like, oh, I wish I had set something up.
I'm not exaggerating. Every time I step into a plane, I fear for my life.
Really? You have that?
I'm a terrible flyer.
Oh.
I've actually managed it a little more like the past year.
He's sweating bullets.
I
like
just
cold
pretend I'm
sweats.
basically in like one of those army planes and I'm going to war. So I'm like, this is nothing. I'm about to be on the ground fighting the Germans. So this
That's
is a
how you
cakewalk.
get through flying? You pretend you're in World War II?
Basically,
or fighting
yeah.
the Germans like now? Like in a
But-
sneak attack?
Oh,
World War
yeah,
III.
I usually go in the past, but now I think I might do a new fictional Third World
God
War.
forbid there's a German on the plane that you're on. You go, oh no, they've invaded already.
That's our double agent actually. He's our man on the inside.
Oh, good to know.
That's how I know that the plane is actually extra safe. He let us know where all the anti-aircraft were. No, I will literally go that level of delusion.
I'd
on
be
a plane.
scared on a plane if I saw you on.
Just gripping, just sweating.
Have you dealt with this? Is this? 'Cause
No,
I
it's not
fly
that bad
like
anymore.
A lot. I'm over it. Like I don't think you could see my pulse even raise.
It goes up whenever there's something in the news about like a plane just, I don't know, like landing on the runway and somehow it flips over. That's what I'm always most nervous at takeoff and landing. I'm like, if anything's
that's
gonna
when the
go
accidents
wrong,
happen.
it's right there. Oh, I know when they happen.
Yeah. That's like you said. I'm most scared about bombs when it says 3, 2, 1. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. That's usually when the bad
Yeah.
stuff happens.
You know where it's going. Also, the back of the plane, statistically the safest. But
I
not really.
I
not
was
really
flying
that
in
safe.
India, and there were 2 crashes in the last year, and they said 11E both times. I think 11E or 11D survived both times.
All
I
right.
should find out.
If
which
I
one.
ever fly in India, I'm taking
Test our
11, row 11
hypothesis.
every time. Anyway, let's keep going. I get OP continues with this insane tradition. So I've been doing this, but the last time 3 months ago, I forgot to send myself the reminder message, and my scheduled messages got delivered to my family as well as my crush. Congratulations, welcome to the new world.
They say chivalry and romance is.
Can you imagine if everyone was just like, whatever. We saw this coming.
Yeah, if no one writes back or no one says, I mean, I guess they wouldn't. It'd be weird if they wrote back. Hey, no, wait, don't go yet.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure you're going?
How many messages you setting up if you're doing this? How many people you need to say something to? Because for me, it's like 6.
I mean, honestly, I think I would just do the on paper, to whom it may concern. I'm not here anymore. But who? I don't know. I'd
I think
send it
most
to
people,
maybe
they'd want
5
me to-
people. Yeah.
Most people would just want like my Hulu password and things like that.
You
Like,
just leave down you're just like, here's all my passwords for my streaming services. This is my email, so you can do the confirmation link.
yeah.
Enjoy it until my credit card is canceled because I'm dead. Well, let's see the new world that OP is in now. They were in complete shock when they got my message. They called on my cell phone over and over desperately, but of course, I just had to be taking an afternoon nap at the time. Soon they rushed over to my place. They live about an hour drive away from me to see what had happened to their son. My brother is currently studying overseas, and after he got the message, he decided to come back over as well after talking with our parents, who were in complete panic mode. So they reach here, ringing the doorbell over and over, banging on the door, yelling if anyone's there. So I wake up from my nap, look at my phone, which had 20 plus missed calls from my parents and my crush, and I head over to the door and open it to witness my parents looking as if the world is going to end soon, followed by sobbing in relief before they asked me about the message they received.
Do you think this is what happened with Jesus Christ?
Yeah, he comes
That, like,
back.
people thought he had died, but he was like, I forgot to reschedule. I don't know what was used. Owls.
Yeah, I meant to send the pigeons, but they were trapped in the cave
And
with
then
me.
3 days later they
put
come
that there.
and he's like, oh yeah, I did die.
Funny
back.
story about that, son of God. I guess I'm still needed around here for a little bit longer.
I think it's nice. It's nice. Your parents probably were really sweet to you for a couple days. Your brother should have chilled before he got on that flight. What was he going to do?
I mean, at this point, I'd commend my family. Like, at least I know my family really loves me. The brother's ready to blow up his entire scholastic career just to, like, come see me. And I'm dead.
If I found out, I don't want to hurt my siblings' feelings. If I found out one of them died, if they were dead already,
Yeah.
if you said they were dying, well,
Right.
get on the plane. If I get an email, it's too late, I go, I'll wait for the weekend. What am I going to fix? There's nothing to do.
The flights are so expensive right now.
Flights are so expensive.
Maybe like a week and a half out, 2 weeks. They got a great deal on Thursdays.
Yeah.
India Air, I hear, flies very cheap on Thursdays. It's also when most of the planes crash.
Now, the story would be not great, but artistic if his brother died on the way to see him.
Wow, yeah, that would kind of be like a modern Romeo and Juliet. Oh, Bromeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet, wow.
Somebody write that script.
But then he would have to end his own life, too. That's how it works. And then his brother doesn't make it.
Yeah.
And so then he goes, oh, my gosh.
Yeah, no, we'll iron all that out in the writer's room.
Yeah.
We'll get
Shakespeare, it's all public domain. So
yeah, exactly. We've got the bones.
Yeah.
We just got to build upon them. Anyway, OP continues. I explained the situation after they calmed down. Sorry, it's going to be so funny explaining like, no, I've just been sending this to myself for 3 years, every 3 months, but...
If my parents, the first thing I'd do is I'd be like, ooh, just to have a little fun.
You just go, can you see me? You can see me right now? Do I look cool? Do I look like a cool ghost? Or like a gross one? Do I look like...
And then get them in on it, so when the brother shows up, they're like, yeah, so he's dead. He's a ghost.
This is the ghost of your brother. Apparently, this is very in vogue now. Come back as a specter of some kind.
Then he could show up in his crush's room, be like, hey, I'm a ghost.
Comes in through the window. It's not what you're thinking. I'm dead. I explained to my brother ASAP so he wouldn't needlessly come here by taking a flight and missing his studies over nothing. Then I called my crush, who was on her way to my home. She cares. And explained what happened as well. She called me stupid for going to such lengths and worrying her about it. Are you sure you guys aren't already married? That sounds like a wife comment.
Yeah.
What are you going to worry me about this? She was going to drive to you and gaze upon your dead body.
That's very sweet.
No,
what if she was only into you because you were dead, though?
Yeah, she was just there to take your stuff.
Yeah.
She's like, I know he's not going to fight back anymore. He had that sick coin collection.
What happened? Did it work out? I'm hoping it worked out.
OP continues, no, there was no convo about my confession. It was too awkward a situation for me to bring that up anyway. All in all, I feel really bad for making my family go through such a horrible feeling and very awkward about confessing to my crush in this way. Well, it's a funny story for the kids. How did you and mom get together? Well, she thought I was dead. And one thing led to another.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. He got to say his feelings. Clearly, it wasn't reciprocated. I mean,
I don't know.
There's no way it was reciprocated, because it's very romantic if you do like the person. It would be romantic if you got an email that said, "Hey, I'm dead. I've always loved you," and if you love that person, you'd be like, "Wow, I was one of the last messages." So I think clearly it was like
you'd print that out and frame it.
Yeah,
say,
of course.
This guy loved me so much he had to tell me before he died.
Yeah.
I have a question, though. Put yourself in her shoes and say you don't like this guy. Why on earth would you then drive to him? If you get a message like this from some guy and you're like, oh, why are you sending this to me? I don't even care. What? You just show your friends, be like, check out this thing some weird guy sent me. She was on her way over to him.
Yeah, you can like someone without wanting to date him, or you're just like, let me see. Like, what did he do? How much did he love me? Was it like
she was going over to his corpse to just be like, so I just want to let you know in person, I don't actually feel the same way. I thought you deserved to hear it in person.
Yeah, take a picture, send to your friends, like, guess what I did?
Yeah, just like the selfie, like, eh.
Yeah. Oh, have you ever seen some people take a deathbed selfie and they put it online? And they're usually older. You know, their relationship to the internet just isn't quite as, they don't understand the customs of our ways. And I remember one person, it was just a picture of a friend of theirs that had an older woman, and she said hashtag R.I.P. bury my friend, like Barry, like B-A-R-R-Y.
Barry.
And I was like, that's not gonna trend. Oh. Like R.I.P. bury my friend. That's never gonna make the rounds.
It's kind of funny in a sad old person not in on the joke kind of way. It's like that's good wordplay.
If you're gonna take a deathbed selfie and I'm dead, at least put me through HMU first.
Yeah, just I fully support not the deathbed selfies, but just at the tombstone. Take a nice, fun,
you like a tombstone?
high-angle selfie at the tombstone. Be like, I hated this guy. And then, like, whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's all in
the
good
Grant Gustin. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
Just make it fun and ironic a little bit, please. Anyway, there's an edit here. I swear to God, OP, if you don't end up with this woman who was going to drive all the way to you when she thought you were dead, you have fumbled the bag. So, my crush later called up at night to ask... At night? She called at night? Interesting. She was asking how I'm doing and if my parents are feeling fine. Later, she asked why I didn't tell her about my feelings before. And if I still feel that way. To which I replied that I do, but I wanted to be a better man before I could confess it to her.
What does that mean?
It's a little too late now.
A better man? Maybe he just means in health. He's like, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't actually fully dying.
It sounds like he's still wimping out. Just say it. It's done.
It's time. She was going there. She was going to cry over your body.
Yeah.
Come on.
She's interested if she's doing second reach out, for sure.
At night?
At
Calling
night.
at night? Checking in on you and your family? Oh, she said she's unsure whether she loves me or not. Since we've been friends for years, but that I am the person she feels most comfortable being around, and that she wants to spend some more time with me. This time, not as friends, but as a potential love interest.
This is a roller coaster.
The least romantic start. She thought you were dead, and she said, well, I guess we could spend time with the potential of a love interest.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with you.
She's like, it kind of...
Is she doing this for her, or is she doing this for you?
She's like, I thought about it, and I would pick you over the bear if you were in the woods, and that's the baseline that I need to be comfortable with moving forward romantically with you. Can you sign this document?
This sounds like, what's her name? What's Sensibility? What's the author's name?
Jane Austen?
Jane Austen. It sounds very like, I am comfortable with you. Perhaps we go out with the potential of the option of maybe holding hands and going for a walk.
All prim and proper. Yes, we will hold hands and go for a walk, yes. Along the promenade, in the sight of others. Before I ravage you in darkness. Or whatever she says, I don't know. Anyway, she said she wants to do this so she can be sure about her feelings before she can make her decision. Oh no, are you being elaborately friend-zoned?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, there is an update, and the first sentence says it's Valentine's Day. Is OP alone or with his lady love?
I think he's written a new email for if he dies. That's what he's decided. He's like, I need to update this thing.
He's writing the new one right now. It's Valentine's Day and I'm
reading
alone.
This, my life is over, and it's because you friend zoned me after I died.
After my oops, gotcha, still alive. Okay, update. So now it's Valentine's Day. I take off early from work, and we decided to have a nice evening for ourselves. After a while, we went to have dinner. Then she asked this question I wasn't prepared for. Quote, what would you have done if I was already with somebody before I received your confession? It's a good test question. Seems like it's going well.
Yeah, but she's making it seem like it's a purposeful thing. He's forgetful. He wasn't thinking about it. I'll tell you the answer right now. He would have sent it anyway. You could have been married with 3 kids. He would have ruined your life with this email saying, I've always loved you.
I mean, it's like, yeah, I would have derailed your entire life without hesitation because, well, 1, because I'm dead, and 2, because I'm so madly in love with you.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think if you hit that angle, you have 3 kids, you got the 2-story house, you got the white picket fence. You just, in this moment right now, have to not mess it up. Is he going to mess it up?
I feel like she's entertaining so much of this. It's like, there's got to be something.
I mean, they're on a date on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So this might be the finish line. Okay, OP says, I just went with what my brain thought would be best. Quote.
The guys are like, I never once considered telling the truth. I asked my brain, what's the best thing to say right now?
Oh, man.
And I have a feeling it's not going to be the best thing to say.
That is a real coin flip scenario right here, 50-50. Okay, he said, I'm not sure. Yes, it would have taken a lot of effort to overcome, but all I know is someday I would have definitely made you mine. I feel like that kind of skirts right on the edge of like...
What are these thought experiments? He's like, yeah, I would have broken up your family somehow eventually.
Yeah, like that kind of implies like...
If I survived, your husband would not have.
Like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Like, you would have cast awayed my husband somehow?
This is all weird.
And then he comes back, but I'm married to you, and you're my dentist or whatever. Or his, I don't know. I can't remember that. I need to rewatch Castaway. Okay. OP continues. To which she looked at me smiling and said, ew, so cheesy. While laughing, continuing with, but I liked it. All right, she's your wife. You're married. It's over. Pack it up, everybody.
You guys gotta stop watching rom-coms. This is insane. You're gonna have your first kiss on Valentine's Day. It's too intense.
That is a pretty intense first kiss day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except you get to combine the Valentine's Day and the anniversary, which it can be nice.
Kind of can't forget one or the other at that point. If you forget both, oh my God.
I bet you. Listen, I don't want to be gendered here, but I have a feeling it'll be like, well, we have to celebrate the day you told me that you were dead. We got Death Day.
Yeah,
you gotta give me a gift for that
good.
day.
That's a one of one day. You got to cherish that. No one else really has that day. Very small list. After dinner, I dropped her off at home. She said she really had fun and gave me a hug. I told her it was likewise for me.
Wait, I'm sorry. Do we get the ages of this? Are they 13?
Yeah, I mean,
This is nuts.
brothers in studies, they've been sick for a while. I don't know. Yeah, do
Got
we have
nothing.
ages?
I do not have ages.
No ages.
I'm going to look it up, see if there's anything.
That's a great call out, though. I feel like you're right. I feel like these people are definitely like
It feels
16.
it's got to be something like this.
Yeah. Yeah, they're at Valentine's Day at the Cheesecake Factory.
Yes.
Like, they just drove there.
Or some kind of fundamentalist religion that is very strict. It has to be this. And there's just too many alarm bells. I'm like, what?
This story is actually from Waco, Texas.
I got no ages.
No
Yeah, there's
ages?
no ages. So play with it as you will.
So she gave me a hug, a nice
Long hug.
teenage hug, let's
Yeah.
call it that. I told her it was likewise for me, and then kissed her on her forehead before seeing her off.
What the
I had a girlfriend in 5th grade, and I remember, like, at the end of the year, like, the goodbye for the summer was a hug.
Yeah,
And I remember it being like, oh my God.
big hug.
I got a
It's
hug.
like
We're
you
in
lost your
Hug
virginity
City.
and everything.
I mean, it was truly, I wasn't good at sports, so I was like, this is a base, right? And and so, like, that's what this is. But at that age, I wasn't scheduling death emails.
Yeah, well, wait, because also they like OP said that they're an hour away from their parents, so they have to be an adult at this point. Like,
At
Something
least, like,
strange.
oh, is
College.
this early 20s? Stunted early 20s? Aw.
Stunted.
Aw.
This COVID really fucked some people up.
Maybe they're perfect for each other in a way.
Maybe it sounds like one of them's gonna be dead before they ever give a job.
They were both. They met at the they just met in like a terminal care facility and both miraculously made it out.
What if she was a ghost
They've both been ghosts the whole
the
time.
whole time?
No, who taught these ghosts how to use the
all right,
internet?
M. Night Shyamalan, calm down over there, you know?
Okay, I guess we will be taking it up from here at our own pace, and that's the end of that story. That's a forehead kiss on Valentine's Day is like a very slow pace. I think you guys are gonna adopt at like 60.
I don't know. That's like a negative base to me.
A negative base forehead kiss?
Yeah.
What? So like you're out of there? What do you mean?
It seems like we're going backwards.
I'm telling you, they're 15. There's the only way.
very well
There's
could
the
be.
only way this story makes sense.
It very well could be. Very well could be. And it is kind of, what movie would you have to see at like 12 to make you like, what was that movie with Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
You're
10
where he
500 days?
Yeah.
I was thinking about the one. What's the famous one where one of them has cancer?
No, that's what I'm thinking. Because he has cancer in that one.
Star. Oh,
And I think Seth Rogen is in it or something.
there's that one, but there's the other one. Stars.
Oh, The Fault in Our Stars is another one.
That's
but Joseph
another one.
Gordon-Levitt's not that. That's Angus, right? Isn't that his name?
It's 50-50.
50-50. The coin flip.
Yeah, the movie about the cancer. There's someone bald in it for sure. You're right.
So that is the end of that. But we do have another story to read.
Thank God. That was really. I mean, it felt like it was gonna go somewhere.
Kind of heartwarming a little bit. I mean, maybe.
I don't know.
They're just
They
like two type A people. They're just the two like quiet people in class, and they found each other, and they're just. I actually have a really good hypothetical for you because I
Okay.
was in this debate actually with some people in this room yesterday. On a first date, what is
Been a while, but I'll
just
go
just
back.
based on vibes only.
Okay.
First date, what feels more intimate, a kiss or holding hands?
Oh, I mean, I think holding hands for Yeah, I think like really like covering some distance. You know, like
Holding
a hand
hands.
touch maybe, but like holding hands, that's a lot. And if it's interlocked, I mean,
Oh,
that's
like the fingies? The
Yeah,
just-
yeah. I'd be like, whoa, let's have sex first. Jesus.
All right. To those who are concerned in the room, I relent. It is more intimate to hold hands on the first date, which we did.
Aw. If they held hands, they'd explode in sexual tension.
I think if they held hands, they would just get like transported back into whatever that time period Jane Austen.
Whatever decade
wrote
they belong in.
yeah, yeah. It's like where your dad is trading you for like livestock or something. Yeah, with the Fiddler on the Roof era.
Yes, I could see that.
Oh,
That's where the story was
they
going. She
did.
presented me to her father.
Yeah.
He approved.
Yeah. Oh, I've got a whole story in my head for that now.
For Fiddler?
It's like, like you combine like a time traveler's wife type movie with, but not just the Fiddler on the Roof. And maybe someone gets stuck back there and then they're like, this is terrible. But like they find the same kind of person who they would have found in the present day in the past. And they get a horse.
I was thinking of a couple that was moving so slowly in their relationship, they needed an old Jewish father to be like, make a baby now, please.
We need workforce. We need children to work.
I wonder if it was like that to a certain degree. I'm sure it was, where they were like,
it had to be.
you guys have, we need someone in the field.
We are going to starve to death in the winter. We don't have enough people harvesting. We need harvesters. That had to be. I'm going to look into that now. Why? Because why else would you have kids back then? Can you imagine? Can you imagine having a baby without like modern medicine?
Nightmare.
Just like, wait, it's just, yeah, okay. What now? What happens after that? That's what people describe now. They get out of the hospital and they're like, no one told us what to do.
Yeah,
It's like now you just give birth in a hut and like you just got to pick up the pieces.
Mm-hmm. You watched that Shakespeare, what was that? What was the movie that just came out?
No, I did. That was one I absolutely
Hamnet.
needed to see
Yeah.
and did not watch.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy. It was a
No, they
slog.
have they have a baby birth in there.
Yeah, they have a couple baby births, and they look stressful.
What is up with that? I feel like that's a trend right now in a lot of shows. It's just like really uncomfortable baby birthing scenarios.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even want to say it. I'm just going to move on to our next story. I've got it in my hand. Gianmarco, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. I put a thong in my wife's dresser only to discover that it wasn't hers.
I have a similar story,
Oh?
but I swear I didn't do anything wrong, just like I'm sure this guy too. I believe you, buddy, without even hearing any details.
This happened 2 days ago. So last week, I found a thong on the floor in my living room. I smelt it like the animal I am. Fair. We need to know when things are clean or dirty.
I mean, at least OP claims.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything such as wives, right?
Yeah.
Right? If anything, that's just a sign you're a good husband.
It's beautiful. I think that's a sweet thing.
Yeah, I'll get nose deep in my wife's thong if I find it in the living room. So what? Go tell. Tell them all.
Unless you smell it and you're like, you know it's someone else's, and you're like, and you know who it is.
Oof, that would be... I mean, maybe you just got a real good sense of smell,
like,
you
what do
know?
you
Yeah, what are you, like a bloodhound?
Me and my friends are really close in ways not a lot of people understand. Okay? Get over it.
Like, what if that's how you found out your mom was visiting?
Well, I mean, she did give birth to you, so you
Yeah.
were there at some point.
Yeah, I hear you.
Unless you were a cesarean, in which case you have no excuse and you're a sick freak. It was clean, and I put it in my wife's underwear drawer. 2 days ago in the evening, my wife is getting ready to go take a bath when she comes down 2 minutes later asking me, where did this thong come from? And I'm like, huh? I found it on the floor. Surely it fell from the laundry basket. It was clean and I put it in your drawer. Was it not yours? Angrily, she answers, it is not hers. And you just want me to believe it just appeared on the floor? I tell her, what am I supposed to say? She goes back upstairs really angry at me. And by the way, this comes from Heimness1. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
I'm Keon, and we have a very special guest here today. Can you let them know who you are and what you do?
I'm Gianmarco Soresi, and I have a podcast called The Downside.
Go find him. Go hunt.
Oh, he's got both.
I release you. And we're going to read this story, and we're going to have our thoughts, and you get to have yours too. You put yours in the comments, because we can't hear you if you talk at the screen. And OP says, you know what? Pause. I do want to say one thing that caught my attention. I get that the wife is mad, but I would have immediately said, why on earth? So you think that this is like someone else's, like I had somebody over, or this is like you found like the smoking gun.
Yeah.
Why would I put the thong in your drawer?
Well, because they assume, I would speak, they go, you don't know what my underwear is, so you're an idiot. And I imagine this is how every man who gets caught cheating, it's just this.
Yeah, I mean, if
It's
you are
this
dumb
exact
enough,
scenario.
if you're dumb enough to cheat, you're dumb enough to also put the underwear that the woman you're cheating on me with left at the house back in my drawer because you're an idiot.
Do you feel confident if I were to get, wife? Girlfriend?
Yes, I think wife.
No, you. Is this
Why? Oh, girlfriend.
girlfriend? How long you been together?
Go like 11 months.
Okay, this might be too intimate to say, but if I got my girlfriend of 5 years and all their underwear laid out, you think you were able to pick out who's who?
Yeah.
Really?
I think I could.
Okay. There's no way I'm failing that test insane.
I think I would just have to sort of like, I'd have to like summon the strength of my ancestors and like kind of do like almost like a tarot card reading. To
I'm
like
going on the
really-
smell basis.
just straight smell.
I'm
Hey,
sorry.
it's-
Hello. No, it's this happens. Let me tell you. Can I tell you my story?
Yes, please.
Because this is my story. I submitted this. Okay, so it's twofold. One, before I met my girlfriend, someone stayed over and they left a pair of panties.
Okay.
Right. This was a long time ago.
This is the
Long time ago.
A different era.
And I didn't throw them out because they were the nicest thing I owned. They were beautiful. They were like beautiful. To throw them out would feel insane. They were like really nice, and so they just existed. I was a single man. They just existed.
Yeah.
Where did you have it?
In my own underwear drawer. I don't know, because where else would I put it? I didn't have a separate drawer. It was just that's where the underwear goes, man or woman.
It's just nice. You open the drawer, you're like, I do have a nice thing, don't I? Look at this.
Yeah.
It's a trinket. We're designed to like beautiful objects.
And
right?
it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was great. And then I got a girlfriend, and then she moved in and saw these in the drawer, which again, if I was cheating, why would I keep it in my own underwear drawer?
Right.
I'm a regular pervert.
It'd be in
And
some kind of shrine in like the attic or something.
so then, flash forward a year, we've been together for years. We send out our laundry because we live in New York. Now we have a washing machine, but we sent it out.
Yeah.
So she texts me this picture of these very sexy red panties, and I go, babe, where you get these? Because most of hers are the stuff parachutes are made out of. And I say, these are really nice. And she goes, yeah, I got the laundry bag today, and these were just in the thing. And again, I go, so what do you think? I put them in our laundry bag?
Right.
And they mixed it up with someone else's. We also had a child sock. I swear I didn't do anything. It just happens. They mix up some clothes sometimes.
Yeah, it's interesting. You're focused on the red panties and not the safety of this child.
Yeah.
Whose sock we now have.
And by the way, we kept the sock because it's a cute little baby sock. It's just a cute little baby sock. It's so small, and oh my God.
And you could just like make up a different story for it, like every time someone comes over.
If
like,
for some reason a naked family of 4 comes to my house, I got them covered.
Just from the ankle down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, innocent. I proclaim
Hey,
innocent.
why would I tell it on a podcast if I wasn't telling the truth?
Some people may say you're a master manipulator.
Just spreading the story everywhere I go.
I wouldn't say that though. So last week, my wife was out of town for work, and a female friend of mine came to have a drink with me. I send her a picture of the thong, asking if it's hers.
Wait, whoa, what just happened?
Okay, it is confirmed this is now his lady friend's thong.
Wait, he has a friend who he just texted a thong to?
Well, I guess it was the friend that he's trying to fill in the gaps. He's like, okay, well, clearly this had to come from somewhere if it didn't come from her. So maybe it came from this person who was here.
She was there.
But you are she was there at the...
Okay, she was
there. She was there, yeah.
Okay.
He said that last week, my wife was out of town for work, and a female friend of mine came to have a drink with me.
I got it.
So the suspicion
at the house
scale has cranked up quite a few notches.
Yeah. I'm suspicious now.
So I send her a picture of the thong, asking if it's hers. It is. We're both a bit confused as to how it ended up in the living room.
How could we forget?
Are these two just trying to master manipulate right now with this Reddit post? He's like, babe, look, no one knows. We're all confused.
I don't know. Sending a picture of a thong to another woman, that feels very intimate. I would say, hey, is there any chance you left a thong here? I'm not sending a picture.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess
did he put it on for the picture?
Did he put it on?
Hey.
That's the number one question. Does this look familiar? Any of it at all. So we came to the conclusion that maybe it got stuck on whatever she was wearing that night with static electricity while it was in the dryer.
Oh, brother. Wait, what? In the dryer?
Well, like, I get, like, it got stuck to the clothes that she wore there and then fell off in the living room.
Okay, possible. No one's going to believe you have to break up.
It's true.
It's too bad.
Statistically possible.
Have you ever, maybe once or twice in my life, you go, God, what do I have in my pockets? And you have like a pair of boxers, like not on, but in the jeans.
I have not had surprise underwear in the jeans.
I've had socks.
But I have had
like socks in the pocket or like socks in the pants. Like, what the
yeah.
is that?
I always have other women's panties. It's constantly.
It's
I don't know
just
how
what
they get stuck in
happens.
there. And their friends' panties. It's crazy.
You know what they say, New York, New York. And everyone's underwear's in your pockets. That's why everyone loves that town. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I believe this guy. So now the real F up is my wife is in the bed. I go tell her that my friend was here last week to have a brewski. And I just texted her and the thong is hers.
Nope, no thought process. You just did this.
Now I actually believe this guy is innocent. Because no one could be this stupid, right? Like, how do you think that's gonna go well?
Yeah.
You gotta set the stage for this a little bit. You
But
can't just barge into the bedroom and be like, yeah, I texted my friend a picture of this thong and it's hers. She was over here when you were out of town. We were having a drink. A little massage that in first a little bit. The only explanation that we managed to find is that it was stuck by static on her clothes. In all caps. You want me to believe that? That makes no sense. Jesus Christ, I don't even believe my explanation myself. I tell her to believe what she wants. I don't know how the thong appeared in my living room and that I don't have anything to redeem myself. I take some clothes and I go sleep at my parents' home.
You're not helping with the accusations, my guy.
Yeah, I feel like this might be over. This might be ending.
Yeah, you got to hold your ground. I mean, if you didn't do it, you can't be going to your parents already. You go, no, I'm staying here. I didn't do anything wrong. It
really kind of feels like there's a lot more going on under the surface if this thong is like, I'm going to my parents' house.
Now I'm starting to believe his story again, and it just sounds like the worst possible thing.
Yeah,
that could happen.
Just the
because again, okay, you're saying let's go the other route. He's cheating.
Yeah,
they slept together in the house,
right,
and
in the living room,
and. How did the thong get into the washer to get clean? Because it's not like you put it in the clothing drawer dirty.
Yeah, it's clean.
So I think the biggest flaw in the he's cheating theory is that he did the laundry. A lot of guys, that's like our absolution. It's like, you thought I did something for the house? Are you crazy?
Did a chore? I think you're right. I think that's sort of like that's the opposite of the red herring.
Yeah.
It's the final nail in the coffin of OP's innocence.
Yeah.
Said, this is clean. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
So who did? It was the guy with the mustard guy in the library with the candlestick. Was he a colonel or a general? He was a colonel.
Mustard.
Colonel Mustard.
It wasn't me in the bedroom with it, though. It was Colonel Mustard in the library.
It's never me in the bedroom with it, though. All right? That's Colonel Mustard all day long. Okay. The next morning, she calls me. She tells me that she decided to believe in my stupid story because the thong was indeed clean, and it's logical that I'd put it in the drawer. Have you considered starting a detective agency of some kind? A side gig. You can wear like one of those little hats.
Yeah, to help guys get out of. But I got to be like a lawyer. Like,
guys,
listen, I don't know if you did it or not. I'm just here to prove you innocent.
You're just here to fix like the weird little problems in their relationship where it's like, you know what, a mystery thong is breaking up. Your Honor, Your Majesty, the thong was clean. Your boy's innocent. Now go hold hands.
I think next time I want to break up a couple, I'm just going to bring a clean thong and drop it in the living room.
That's amazing. Everybody should do that if you don't like somebody. If somebody's dating someone completely toxic, just drop a piece of underwear in the living room.
Really? That's
be done
really
with it.
all it would take.
That kind of is disturbing how that is.
It's kind of funny.
So easy. You could pull that off. Are we using our powers for good or evil right now?
If I did laundry drop off, I absolutely constantly just spreading panties around.
Just you get one, you get one. You just go to the store and buy a 12-pack of it just to spice up some strangers' lives.
Yeah.
Divorce
just for
rates,
the art of it.
Divorce rates are up.
That would be fun. God, it would be fun to be evil.
Keeping divorce lawyers fed. So she also said if I was cheating on her, I would be so stupid to put my mistress's panties in her drawer. She asked me to come home, and we laughed a lot after that. And that's nice. There's an edit. Oh my God, it exploded. That could mean a lot of different things.
Were you with your friend again?
Yeah, did your friend explode in the living room? You got to clean those. I know a bunch of you called me a liar and a cheater, and that's ultimately you're right. I had fun with the others that told similar stories. And yes, I told my friend that I sniffed her panties.
What? Oh, man. You lose me so quick. Why would you say that? Especially if they were clean. Are you crazy?
Well, that's, it's like, you just save that one and tell them in person, right? You go, funny story, I did take a big old inhale of those bad boys.
You don't say that unless you're testing the waters.
I mean, they must be really good friends, right? They're close.
Yeah, they're lovers,
close.
in fact.
I asked her what her fabric softener was. See, OP's just pragmatic. He's like, it did smell good. Why don't you just tell me? Don't gatekeep the fabric softener. It's good. This is just a nice, wholesome young man
Is
who
brutal.
wants the best products for his home.
This is making me misandrist for sure. I'm just like, God, morons.
It is pretty bad. Oh, we actually have a picture of the thong in question.
Oh,
I'll pull it up.
Can you pull that up from the Reddit story?
Yeah.
And there's just a third edit here. Addressing some more comments. No, I don't think my friend did it on purpose to have my wife divorce me so she can have me all for herself. Yes, I have the right to hang out with other women and have a drink with them. My wife also has the right to hang out with other men and have a drink with them. Finally, my friend's fabric softener is fleecy.
Great.
We are a fleecy podcast now. If they want to send us a big bag of money, that'd be nice.
Here is the thong, and you guys ready?
Oh.
Yeah, examine.
Oh.
Computer.
Oh, he's
enhanced.
taking a good whiff. And it did smell clean.
Can I say
Stamp.
those are pretty, in my mind, it was a more generic thong. I do think if I saw that, if I just saw those, I'd say to my girlfriend, I'd go, are these new?
Right. That's a thong for someone getting after it.
Yeah.
Like, that's not just like I mean, good for her wearing what she likes when she goes out on the town. But I do understand.
I'm feeling fishy again. I've really flip-flopped.
After
Seeing
the
those
visual,
panties makes me go, what, that stuck to your jeans and you didn't notice? That fell off? Yeah. I thought we were talking like
I
a
didn't
thin
even think
Hanes.
about that.
I thought we were talking like a Hanes.
Something that could blend in.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, that's standing out.
That's like, oh my God, I accidentally had a teddy in my back pocket.
Maybe she wore the red and black pants.
Possible.
Maybe she's a fan of red and black. Yeah, no, I would be so pissed if I was your wife. I'd be.
I'll tell you this.
If
I was accused of cheating with a friend who I had a drink with, I would not then in any window of time tell that friend I sniffed their panties. I think I would just like that friend and I, there'd be a little more distance for at least a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Before I was saying, hey, guess what I did? Tell me your fabric softener. Get out of here. Come on. Come on.
I mean,
with the fabric softener, you're telling me someone else's clothes, you've wondered what their fabric softener is?
Well, I haven't taken
I won't
a whiff
lie.
of a lot
I
of
won't
them.
lie. My friends did that with me.
You do. This guy always smells good.
You left your panties at a friend's house?
Yeah.
And
no,
they asked you?
they would go up to me like, why do you smell so, what is that? What's your laundry detergent? Why do you smell so good? I'm like, fabric softener and this. And they go,
well,
what?
riddle me this.
Okay.
Okay, riddle me this.
Okay.
If he thought of his wife's panties, why not ask his wife about the new fabric softener?
Have you seen what this guy's questioning and saying?
But look, he said it was so notable that this smell was so unique, he had to ask this new person. If he thought it was his wife's panties, why wouldn't he ask his wife, what's this new fabric softener?
Yeah, that's right.
And it smells different from all the other clothes. This guy's just an idiot.
You know what? Maybe
I
he
think-
just would never question his wife. Maybe he's just a good man. Said, it smells so great, I don't even need to ask. My wife's got it under control.
I think I busted you. I think I just busted you right now.
Yeah, I'm 50. I can't tell what's real anymore. It's too real. It's too real.
There, they go right there. If you don't recognize the fabric softener, why think it's wife's? I agree.
That is true, and that's like a specific. You'd be like, you've never seen that one? How much underwear does your wife have? I don't know. You know what? Tell your friend to get her act together. Okay? You can't be walking around with panties stuck to your clothes.
Also, who's
All right?
forgetting that kind of specific thong? You know, that seems like a very not like a generic thong. You think they would be like trying to retrace their steps? Like, where did it go?
I don't know. It's hard to get into the mind of this person. They're one of a kind, I think. A one of one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. He's innocent, but I think, no pun intended, he's sniffing around to see what's going on with his friend.
Yeah, I think it's a short leash from here on out.
Yeah.
Keep the dog in his place.
A lot of people in the chat are calling you like Wolverine. I don't know if you've been seeing that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Definitely first X-Men before they got steroided and
well, I feel like if you took the hair and you kind of like did the
You kind of did it
the
earlier.
two half.
Yeah, you're giving the Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
But have you
Leather
ever,
jacket, cigar, angry
please.
disposition.
Have you ever seen these pictures of the first X-Men? It's like there's him shirtless and you
Yeah.
go like, it really is one of those things you're like, I cannot believe that used to be what a superhero could look like.
Yeah,
Because now he looks like he's about to explode.
Yeah, they're all made out of actual steel. They're just rock
crazy.
solid. Because steroids, guys. And guys, that's not a what is it? What's it called? Help me out, ladies. It's the unrealistic body image.
Help me out, ladies. What's this thing you've been struggling with for the last 10,000 years that we've been dealing with for 2 weeks now? What is it called?
Yeah.
What's that thing?
Hey, help
Unrealistic
me.
standards?
Yeah, exactly. There we go. There it is. It's dysmorphia. That's what it was. Thank you, ladies.
That's all it took.
Thank you.
That's not gonna get back at you.
It's not like I'm pro it. I'm not pro the thing.
Pro body dysmorphia.
No, I'm not.
It can work the other way around. Like you can think you look like you're a good-looking person and you're not.
Yeah, let's de-weaponize body dysmorphia and just look in the mirror and see the most beautiful. You see Brad Pitt, Fight Club, Brad Pitt Snatch. I'm trying to think of early 2000s lady. I can't name any of them, though, because my girlfriend's in here and she'll kill me.
Halle Berry?
Halle Berry, there we go.
Halle Berry and Hugh Jackman did a movie, Swordfish, together. And they're at the peaks of their looks.
One of
both
the
them.
funniest movies of all time, honestly.
Swordfish, I think I talk about it all the time. You know the scene I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm sure I do.
He has to crack a code.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, the best hacker in the world, it takes them an hour. You have 1 minute.
By the way, John
His head.
Travolta saying all that, by the way.
Yes, John Travolta. Hugh Jackman's head. Oh, and just to make this even more challenging, she's going to give us a blow this whole time. And
Yeah.
it's like it's because I saw this when I was like 13. It's such a fantasy of like, I can be on the computer and get a blowjob. And Hugh Jackman the whole time, first of all, he's like typing and then he's like, oh, he can't. And I'm like, please, if I had a gun in my head, I'd be so soft. And I had to say, I wouldn't hack the computer because the whole time I'd be like, I'm sorry, this doesn't normally happen. I gotta hack this right now. Okay, it's actually starting to tickle a little bit. Stop.
You're so right, though. It'd be like, are you okay? Ow, I don't know. But sorry. Please don't me in the head.
It's just the idea that like his life's about to die, and meanwhile he's like, oh, it's so good.
Okay, here we go. My fantasy finally happened, but it went wrong. My wife called it karma.
Stop fantasizing.
Agreed. Live in reality with the rest of us. Hugh Jackman. My wife, 32 female, and I, 31 male, are in a healthy and happy relationship. That said, we've been together since high school, so we both feel that we missed out a little by being each other's only sexual experience. We've talked about this at length and decided a few years ago that we're okay with having a few hall passes in our relationship, since we very much intend to stay together for the rest of our lives and don't want any resentment over missed possibilities. That can't possibly go wrong. Never seen it or heard it go wrong. Sounds like you guys are destined to live together until 99 years old.
I wonder what the success rate is between like trying like open relationship versus like the hall pass system.
Yeah, the hall pass because we've been dating since high school and we got to make sure we don't both suck at this.
Because I just have a feeling one of you is going to set more achievable hall pass goals. One of you is like Halle Berry, Sydney Sweeney, and she's like, your friend, John.
Yeah.
And then she
The
goes
guy
back,
I
she's like,
work
yeah,
with.
I did it. And it's like, oh. I just wonder, or I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe
no.
hall pass you set unattainable and it's like, it's there
Yeah.
and it's never going to happen. But you go like, well, I'm allowed to.
I mean, in a way, if you make the hall passes so unattainable and just make that the driving force of your whole life to get hot and successful enough to get that swordfish BJ, you know, while John Travolta's in the room pointing a gun at you.
That's what I'd say. I'd say you can sleep with anyone you want as long as John Travolta's in the room pointing a gun at you.
And we can work on getting there together.
I can't imagine that conversation with John. Hey, man.
This happens a lot.
Hey, good to see you.
He's probably like, yeah, gun. I got it. I got it.
Okay.
Tell me
Yeah,
where to
no,
go.
they all ask for the same thing on Cameo. We even gave each other advanced approval in case a situation arises.
Yeah, that's the hall pass system. If I was single and I went on a date and the lady was like, hey, I got this boner pill, I'd go, oh, sure, let's try it.
Yeah,
For
honestly,
you, for you?
What's more intimate on a first date, holding hands or she gives you a boner pill?
That does feel more intimate.
Maybe a little too, like, let's just hold
Or you
hands
hold hands and you're
first.
like, what's in your hand? Oh.
She just
I
gives
thought
you
you
the
want to
look.
hold hands. You just want me to have a rock hard action. I thought this was love.
Trust me, it will be, as long as it's not longer than 4 to 6 hours.
4 to 6.
No, it's just
Did
4,
you say
right?
46?
4 to 6.
I think you said 46 to say, dear God.
46, I think that's hospital. I think that was what, Steve Carell for the 40-year-old virgin?
Mm-hmm. That's what it was about.
Shout out Steve. Anyways.
Yeah, go back to making comedies.
Yeah, he's so serious now. Be funny.
Why so serious?
Have you seen the show that he's on, the Rooster? Have you watched that? I have not.
It reminded me of how good The Office was. Just go make The Office. Just go make it. Just go make it. We tried all the other things. Just go back to The Office. Your castmates need you.
You
I
heard
keep
the
seeing
man.
them in commercials. So many commercials. Make one season. Make a bank. He went back to The Office one season. Every supporting cast member get $1 million an episode.
Yeah.
He make $10 million an episode.
You
Whatever.
You bring him back to the office, but now he's actually the CEO of Dunder Mifflin, and it's now like a parody of Succession.
Can I tell you what he hasn't done? I'm pretty sure, and I respect Steve Carell greatly. I don't believe he's exploited the character to make a commercial, which a lot of other people have. To see John Hamm play Don Draper in the Pop-Tarts movie by Jerry Seinfeld, ugh. To see
God, I forgot
Walter
about
White
that.
do a commercial, he did some kind of commercial as Walter White, ugh,
Yeah.
you're ruining it. So I do
That's-
respect Steve
yeah.
Carell for not doing that.
That's a good thought. I'd never even thought about that. That's true.
But just make one episode of The Office. Just do it.
Yeah, just one. Make a movie.
Make a movie.
4 seasons in a movie, six seasons in a movie.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just do it.
Please, Steve.
Please.
We're talking to you.
We need it.
We know you're here. Anyway, so the hall pass people, dating since high school. We're going to bang strangers. Cool. Okay. So long as we're safe about it and tell each other immediately afterward. Like, how immediate, though?
Yeah, already we have some trouble.
Like laying in bed. Beep, boop, beep. Say, hey. No, it was.
It happened.
It was good. It was good.
It was Steve. Say hi, Steve.
I would never.
He's on board with the movie.
Steve, you have to come here and stay high right now. Yeah. This is just not going to end well, guys. We've both used one hall pass, each with someone we knew well enough but would never see again, and no issue came from it. In fact, it's only made us more secure in our relationship. Okay.
Okay.
And by the way, this comes from just a bunch of numbers. And I'm Dakota.
I'm Keon, and we have a very special guest. Can you go ahead and introduce yourself and let them know who you are and what you do?
I'm Gianmarco Soresi, and I'm rooting for this couple to fail.
And OP says, recently I had to travel to London for work. I don't normally get to travel for work, so I decided to make a trip out of it and spend a few extra days of my own time in the city after the project was done. My wife couldn't join because she didn't have any vacation time left, but was very supportive of me taking some time to explore. Being cheap and being a pretty outgoing guy, I decided to stay in a hostel. Right. Okay. Purely just because you're just a nice, outgoing guy.
Hostels are fucking up.
Not trying to explore anyone's, physical body. You just want to see the side. Just want to see the egg and the London Eye.
That's why you picked the room with 16 beds in it.
Right. So anyone can sleep in one that's not mine.
Yeah.
And I'll sleep there alone. I was interested in meeting other travelers since I didn't know anyone in the city. I chatted with several of the people staying there, and in particular, a very attractive French girl, mid-20s, who dressed super goth. It's over. That's say goodnight.
Am I predicting the problem is going to be she's not in the hall pass list because it's a new person? So now he's gotta say, hey, quick addendum.
Can we add French girls to the list, please?
Yeah.
French girls, I'll never see her again. What am I going to do? Move to France, start a life with her, buy a house, raise children together, raise livestock, have good times, have bad times? What? Just because she's a 20-year-old French goth girl?
Oh, no, I won't be able to reminisce about our sophomore English teacher.
All right, what am I going to do? Lay in bed at night next to you thinking about this one experience I had with this woman who I'll never meet again, and it will inevitably end up with me, going postal? How could that happen? I love the goth girl look. I have been sucked into the goth girlfriend propaganda online, much to the annoyance of my wife. Oh, buddy, you can't do this one. You can't. It isn't her style, but she has been nice enough to cater to me by putting on a sexy goth outfit on occasion, since she knows it's a huge fantasy of mine.
Well, she better start learning a French accent.
Oh, oui. Still, I pester her constantly to be more goth because I enjoy it so much.
What a disaster. Please, baby, please be more goth for me.
I mean, what do you want your wife to be a poser? You want to be a poser goth? She's like, I just put this on because my husband is easily swayed by the internet, I guess.
Yeah.
Have your own thoughts, buddy.
I don't know. Have you seen some of these French goth girls?
I've never seen a single French goth girl in my whole life. Not once.
Well, then you don't know what you're missing, I guess.
And I never will, which means I'll never miss it.
So what happened?
She pointed at me, by the way. She's in here. Anyway, I ended up spending a little bit of time with the goth French baddie. It's a good way to describe her. We both went to the hostel's happy hour event and hit it off there. I found out that she was recently single and was in London for an art show. It turned out we were both into emo music, and we talked about our favorite bands.
Wait. The French goth girl is into emo music?
You gotta be kidding me with this. What are the odds?
My Chemical Romance.
Oh, I love him.
You love him?
I love him.
Yeah.
I love him. He loves him.
It's true.
I think everyone in this room loves My Chemical Romance.
My girlfriend doesn't. I've begged her.
She'll come around.
I said, please put on some more eyeliner and put on My Chemical Romance, baby.
You just play like the low volume right next to when she sleeps next to her. You just hope it'll kick in one day.
Okay.
When I'm
okay.
Yeah, trust me.
What was that? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, babe. She should go back to sleep. Let the medicine.
Gerard Way can't hurt you.
So, I had the thought that she was acting a bit flirty towards me, but didn't think too much of it because I'm so cool. Until I later found myself sharing a sink with her in the hostel bathroom. Is that a turn of phrase?
Hey, you know what they say? It's better to come in the sink than sink in the.
I've heard that one.
I was gonna say two in the sink, about to be one in the pink.
And by the way, no matter what you're doing at your sink, you can listen to full episodes of stories like this on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts. Just search OK Storytime. And we've got a little bit left here. I mean, he's sharing a sink with her. They're about to hook up.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe that's just how they do it in France.
I've heard. I mean, this is probably a very broad brush, but I've heard France is like it's wild.
I hear they get after it, didn't they?
I think it was a joke. I don't know if it's real or not. I apologize for spreading misinformation that something about like paternity tests weren't quite allowed, or it's a lot tougher. That there's so much cheating. That there's so much cheating over there. Mind you, Emmanuel Macron's wife met him. She was his drama teacher, I believe.
Yeah, there is some weirdness going on there.
No, in French it's called romance.
Oh yeah, it's just a storybook.
No, but like their story, not like the conspiracy of their story. Their story was she was married with children, and just started dating her student.
And it is hilarious that there is also a conspiracy on top of that. And that's not even the thing.
Yeah.
But that is true.
I just can't imagine what it would be like to have some of the leaders of your country be possible pedophiles.
Maybe he was... I mean, is she really the leader? She's just kind of around. At this point, how old is she? She's probably in bed by like 6.
Yeah, I'm sure.
She's not teaching anymore. Thank God.
Thank God.
Thank God. Sorry, I just was reminded of that little sock that you pulled out of the laundry. Can't let her near it.
Yeah. They mix our laundry up with them. We do an international service.
Yeah, they do their laundry the best over there in France. They probably would. Anyway, the story. We're back on the story. The hostel was co-ed, so each floor had a small shared bathroom with a communal sink and a door that was meant to be kept open, but which people frequently closed for the sake of having more privacy, so they could in the bathroom. And so they could. So I'm brushing my teeth while chatting up the real-life version of Shadowheart.
Oh, wow.
Who, mind you, is wearing an extremely low-cut top. Mind you.
Baldur's Gate.
No way you just hit us with the mind you. When she suddenly closes the bathroom door behind us. Are you in danger?
Scream.
In my mind, my wildest fantasy is about to come true. Are you about to get robbed, though? Like, really? It's even more exciting because of the adrenaline rush of being in a semi-public setting and a girl being so into me that she would make such a bold move. I instantly become hard. Thanks, buddy. Then she turns around and asks, are you interested in learning about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
No!
You're kidding me!
No!
No! No! The French goth girl's Pentecostal!
That's
No!
a thing? There's goth Pentecostal?
Is that, did I say that right? Isn't that just
No,
like
I
super
believe you.
super Christianity, Pentecostal? Oh, she's Jehovah's Witnessing you. Oh.
You got to say yes. You got to say yes in that situation.
You got to just be like, actually, I already know everything about him. Can we get to the next part?
Yeah.
Or yeah, no, you say, no, tell me all about him. How are you going to tell me? Are you going to teach me with your body? The body of Christ.
Body of Christ.
She had me cornered for 10 minutes trying to talk me into salvation while I grew increasingly despondent and immensely disappointed with the whiplash of going from what could have been one of my crowning moments to pure and utter dejection. Not to mention, this guy was hard when she turned and went, have you learned about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? When I told my wife this story, she laughed for a solid hour. She said it was karma for annoying her about wanting a goth girlfriend. And that's the end of that story. That was pretty good-spirited of your wife.
Yeah. Surely it will now be smooth sailing from here on out.
Can't go wrong. As long as the goth French ladies keep asking you about Jesus Christ. Okay, we're on the up and up. Or maybe it has to, like, that religion is crossed off, and next it has to be like, you know, like a hot Thai girl asking you about Buddhism.
I don't know. I think now he's going to get really into nuns. He's going to say to his wife, like, hey, could you put on a habit?
Something unlocked in me in that French bathroom. When she cornered me with the word of Christ while I was hard, Pandora's box opened, and her box stayed shut, to be clear.
I'm going to be at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival doing a show called Theatre Adult, and then I'm touring the UK in October, and then doing my first theater run starting in December all over America.
Oh.
So be on the lookout and listen to my podcast, The Downside.
There you go. Keep an eye out for Gianmarco.
Stay away from
He's
hostels in England.
Yeah. Stay with the hostels. The hostels are for being single and 21.
And I guess also for having a hall pass from your high school wife. They're not in high school anymore.
If you're in a hostel and you meet a guy with hall pass from his high school wife, you stay away from that man.
No, you teach him the word of Jesus. We're the angel and the devil on the shoulder.
Yeah.
You stay away from him. Oh, he can be saved, my child. But that is the end of that story. And the end of this episode. So, if you love us, make sure you subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.
Hey, don't leave yet. We've got some stories that we think you'll enjoy, so stay tuned for the next one.
My parents planned to leave almost everything to my disabled brother, so I cut them off.
That's your brother. Come on. You're being petty.
All right, my 24 female brother, 32 male, is a failure to launch.
What does that mean?
He's never been very smart. He did badly in school and never went to college. He tried 2 different trade schools, welding and mechanic, but he basically flunked out of both. He works at a gas station now. By the way, this comes from Away Jaguar 28 on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. My brother and I are our parents' only children. They always treated us relatively equal until adulthood. They've always insisted we earn our way. They refused to pay for our college or anything. I joined the military at 17, got an associate's degree while in, and my GI Bill went towards my bachelor's. I'm working towards my master's now. My husband and I bought a house and have done well for ourselves. My parents, however, fully paid for my brother to try twice in trade school. They've given him cash when he was behind on rent and countless loans. They support him cosplaying as an adult. Meanwhile, they'll never paid for my wedding, education, nothing. I don't really care so much that they didn't give me money, but the disparity in how they treated me versus my brother. Our parents are now in their 60s, and while they aren't that old, they're both bad in health and probably won't live another 10 years.
OP, you're like the most negative person.
They just recently started working on their will and notified us that they are leaving almost everything to my brother, while they want me to be their medical power of attorney, manage their estate, etc. I told my parents to give my brother everything and that I'm completely done with them. They told me to have some grace and understand the fact that he isn't very capable and needs their support even after they're gone. Okay, first off, what are the conditions that the brother is in?
I need to know.
Does this guy like have autism, Tourette's, or like some kind of like learning disability, mental disability?
It could be. We just don't know the full capacity of it.
My mother had a doctor's appointment this morning and asked me for a ride since she medically can't work. I told her to ask her favorite child or pay for an Uber. Things have been tense and hostile. My brother called me to apologize and asked me not to be mad at him. And I told him that I'm not mad at him. I'm mad at our parents for not treating us equally, and he did nothing wrong. Am I the a-hole? I meant to put disabled in quotation marks. My mother refers to my brother as disabled, even though he isn't. She's had him tested for every kind of learning disability there is. He's just below average IQ. She thinks that still counts as a disability when it isn't. And we have some freaking comments to set OP straight, maybe, but he's just dumb, basically. Is that it? Info needed. Why can't your brother live with them? Help them, take them to appointments. Seems like the least he can do. Can he drive? Is he disabled or just lazy? OP replied, they don't want to ask him. He's forgetful and they probably wouldn't have been able to rely on him all anyways. Comment 2. He does not sound disabled to me if he went to 2 different trade schools. Welding and mechanic, just lazy. Odds are, if he gets the money, it'll not last him long. Then he'll be looking for you to pay his bills. OP replied, he's not disabled, but he's very unintelligent and has poor critical thinking skills. He doesn't really understand how to manage money at all, despite having been taught how. Another reply, if it's his IQ that it's that low, it's intellectual disability. An IQ below 75 is considered intellectually impaired. It doesn't excuse the implied favoritism. OP responds, when they tested us, mine was 131, I believe, and his was around 80. It's been so many years, I'm having a hard time remembering. It's definitely above the cutoff for being considered intellectually disabled, because I remember them being surprised that he scored above it. Oh, man. And then another reply that's pretty low. They may be right. He just isn't capable of normal adulting, and he needs significantly more help. We have updates a little bit more about the brother. Just seems like he's not intellectually all there.
Yeah, I mean, he's right around the cusp. And again, I understand the favoritism. That's not an excuse, but I feel like you're looking at it that in a different way. I get it. You're like, oh, I'm not mad at you, brother. But it kind of seems like you're mad at your brother, too. You're definitely mad at your parents, which makes sense. That's fair. But you like, oh, they have 10 years to live, whatever. Those are your parents.
Yeah, come on. She's just furious. And it seems like the brother's nice, too. He apologized. I appreciate that. Well, not like that I appreciate that, but like it just shows his character.
Yeah, he's not being selfish. He's like, I'm not asking for this, but like I'm sorry that I cannot, do things my own, or like I keep screwing up. Like I wish I couldn't. I wish there was a better way or easier way, but sometimes it just happens.
Update. So the consensus on my post was a bit of a mixed bag. I sat down with my parents and I wanted to give an update and answer some stuff. My brother is actually not disabled. He just has a low IQ, just over 80. You need an IQ under 70 where I live to be considered disabled to qualify for any sort of benefits. My parents have babied him from a young age because he wasn't as smart as the other kids, had low self-esteem because of that, and was quick to give up on things when they seemed too hard. This is just a failure on your parents' half.
100%.
He does an okay on his own. He works and pays his bills most of the time. He drives and lives with a roommate. On to the update. I sat down with my parents and explained that I have always felt like they've treated me worse than my brother. They always emphasize to me that as an adult, you need to support yourself and figure out things on your own. I had to join the military at 17 because I knew they'd kick me out when I was 18. My parents never offered me any support outside of raising me as a child. They didn't buy my husband and I a wedding gift. They didn't offer much of anything. Meanwhile, they brag about having over $1 million in the bank and having succeeded from nothing.
What? No, this is different. So the main a-hole here are the parents.
Oh, yeah. Also, if like $1 million is going to the brother, I feel like all the money should go to you, but in that will, there's like a condition that you have to make sure your brother's okay.
I feel like things would be so much more differently if the parents helped out a little bit in this. Like the relationship with the family, with OP's brother would be so much better than how it is now. But that's, again, on the parents. The parents really don't understand what they're doing.
They really don't. Meanwhile, they paid to put my brother through 2 trade schools that he failed out of, offered him money to start his own business. They've always bailed him out, even when he was short on rent. For me, it's not much about the money, but about the disparity and how we've been treated. It's obvious that they love and care about him more, because they're willing to do these things for him and not me. But despite them not being there for me, I've still done really well in life. I told my parents about all of this, and while they're interrupting me and talking over me the whole time, they told me I'm not entitled to a dime when they die, and that I'm an adult and I can handle myself. They just weren't understanding or even caring about my point. They told me I need to step up, treat them better, and that it's wrong of me to not take my sick mother to the doctor or take care of her because of money. Eventually, I just gave up on trying to talk about my feelings. They just don't care. I told them that they're adults. They're not entitled to anything from me. Just like how they're never required to help me, I'm not required to help them. I told them to completely remove me from their will. I'm not willing to be their estate executor, medical power of attorney, nothing. I don't want a dime from them at this point. And I suggested they spend all the money they have saved over the years to pay for a really good nursing home and estate executor, because I'm no longer willing to do anything for them. My mother was floored and asked if I really put my parents in a nursing home. I asked if they really let their 17-year-old daughter join them in the army to get spicily harassed by other older men in order to go to school without taking on a huge debt. And if you want to hear more crazy filled stories just like this, go to your favorite podcast platforms, search up OK Storytime, and we're there on Spotify, Apple, just with stories crazy like this.
Even crazier sometimes.
And we got a little bit more. It's that her parents were never really there for her.
No, this is a failure on the parents. I now fully understand where OP's at. OP seems like she still doesn't have that much resentment towards her brother, which is fine because he didn't do anything wrong. It's just not his fault, really. He's tried. It's on the parents. The parents failed at a young age for both of them, and this is the sins of their actions.
Yeah. Lastly, my parents cried and yelled at me, and I left. And that's that, I guess. And I kind of feel relieved. Like a massive weight is off my shoulders. I have a wonderful husband. We own a nice home. I'm getting ready to start my working.
I've heard that OP has a wonderful home and a wonderful husband at least 3 or 4 times in the story. See, like I said, at least you have something to cherish. Your brother really doesn't.
I'm getting ready to start working on my master's degree, and we're thinking about maybe having a baby soon. I no longer have to worry about dealing with my parents. They're adults. They can deal with their own problems, just like I've done with mine. And yeah, that's it. Not sure if that's the update everyone's wanted. And OP replied to a comment, my brother is not a terrible guy. He makes bad choices sometimes, but at the end of the day, he's still my older brother, and he tries to be good to me. I wouldn't cut him off without a good reason. And OP's not a complete monster, but her parents are.
OP, you have a wonderful life. I would say keep close to your brother because that's going to be your only family that you have. It seems like coming up pretty soon. So just make amends with him and see what you can do for him and what you guys can do. I feel like the no contact with your family, that makes perfect sense. You can do that. I refuse to co-sign my sister's mortgage because my parents went behind my back. It's always about the money, Spider-Man. I, 28 female, have been busting my butt for years to save for my own house. I work in software, so I make decent money, but it still takes forever to build up a good down payment. Meanwhile, my younger sister, 25 female, is in grad school with barely any credit. By the way, this comes from user FancyAPanda, and you can submit your stories on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, our parents, both mid-50s, found a house near them and decided she needs it. They made an offer without telling me. And now, the deal only goes through if I co-sign. Oh, okay. Deal or no deal in this one. The problem, I had no clue they'd do this. My parents basically dropped a bomb. You have the best credit score. Co-sign so your sister can get the house, honey. They also hinted I should chip in for the down payment because you've got the money. If I co-sign, I'll be on the hook if my sister can't pay. She's still in school, has debt, and zero backup plan. The bank might also reject my future mortgage application since they'll see I'm already tied to another loan. But my parents say I'm selfish and forgetting my family values. My sister's calling me a monster for leaving her stranded, and my mom threatened to cut off any future financial help, like wedding money, if I do not help right now. Some relatives think it's insane my parents tried to rope me into this after they already made the offer. Others say I should just do it for the family's sake. I feel guilty, but also mad they put me in this spot. Am I the a-hole for protecting my own finances, or are they wrong for strong-arming me into co-signing a mortgage I never wanted it in the first place? And we have an edit. I'm actually adopted. LMAO, forgot to mention in my confused and angry state. My parents adopted me when I was very young because they'd been struggling to conceive. A few years later, they had my sister naturally, which was a huge deal to them. She was their miracle baby. Ever since, it felt like my role in the family became the older adopted one, while she was the golden child who could do no wrong. So we got favoritism now. Growing up, I was expected to pitch in more, be more responsible, and generally look after my sister. I worked my butt off in school, stacked scholarships, and eventually landed a good job in software. All the while, I felt like my family mostly saw me as the fallback option in case anyone needed financial or emotional support. Now that I'm actually building my own life, saving for a house, focusing on my career, I'm realizing how my success just makes me look like a bigger piggy bank to my parents. The more independent I become, the clearer it is that I need to separate myself from constant guilt trips and the unspoken expectation that I'll always bail them or my sister out. I love them, but I can't keep sacrificing my own future to maintain a dynamic where I'm never the priority. So thank you for the wake-up call. Update to come. And with some comments, one thing I didn't get to mention is mom threatened that will no longer financially provide for you. Great. It seems like you could provide for yourself. You're like, you know what? I can provide for myself. Thanks.
And you can use that money for my sister. How about that? Yeah, go for it.
You know what? I'm unadopted. We have some relative top comments. Why didn't OP's parents co-sign the loan? OP, they have financial strains and don't want to incur that risk and don't have the best credit either. I wonder why. Why didn't OP's parents help her with buying a house? OP, we are at odds due to another family issue. Their commenter says, so your sister is the golden child and you are not. Don't co-sign the loan. Tell your parents to give your sister the wedding money, and since your finances won't be a dumpster fire, as they would if you co-sign the loan, you'll pay for your own wedding. And we'll be sure to send them a picture since obviously they won't be there. Tell them how much you appreciate them freeing you from having to care for them as they age, since that this will fall 100% on your sister. Not the a-hole, but your family is really toxic. OP says, probably something I should have said. I was blinded by my confusion and forgot to mention. I was adopted, not as a baby, but around the age of 6. Was always different and never bothered to reconnect with my bio mom. I knew I was an outsider, but as I get older and somewhat overshadowed by my younger sister with my successful career, I think I created resentment between my parents and myself. So I think it's hitting a breaking point and it's really showing. We have a commenter too. Absolutely do not co-sign. Not the a-hole if you refuse. Let your mom not pay for the wedding. If she's threatening now, she will again. In the end, she probably won't. But that's not the main reason not to co-sign. The main reason is there is a huge chance you'll be in debt for a house that is not even yours. Smart. And commenter number 3, terrible idea. Why does she need a house right now if she has barely any credit? And she's in mid-grad school. An apartment sounds like what she needs. Another commenter says, lock down your credit score and make sure they can't use your information anyway. My sister had hers trashed by an ex because he would take out the loans in her name. I have seen parents do this as well, regardless of the child's age or consent. And now we have an update. Do not co-sign.
Yeah, everyone in the world saying don't do it.
The internet's telling you don't do it. The internet's always right. The internet never loses. Update. Okay, so here's where I'm at. I'm absolutely not co-signing my sister's mortgage. And I'm definitely not pitching in for any down payment. This whole thing was the final push I needed to realize how messed up our family dynamic has been for ages. I mean, I've always known it was bad, but having them basically try to volunteer me and my finances without even asking just crossed a line I cannot ignore anymore. I'm done. I've decided to cut ties. I'm already in the process of dropping any financial entanglements we might have, cutting off shared accounts, making sure they can't use my information for anything, and basically scrubbing them from my finances. My job lets me work remotely, so I'm planning to move out of the state soon. That was always in the back of my mind, but now it feels urgent. I need space, distance, and a real shot at a normal life without the constant guilt trips. I'm also locking down my credit, freezing it, changing passwords, everything. I'm not taking any chances that someone might try to open a line of credit in my name. I've seen enough horror stories, and I'm not about to become one. Thankfully, I'm not alone in all of this. My close friends have been incredible. They're basically my real family at this point, helping me pack, offering me a place to stay if I need it, reminding me that I'm not crazy for wanting to protect my future. They've been the biggest source of support, and I'm honestly so grateful to have them in my corner. So yeah, that's it. I'm not signing. I'm leaving.
Let's go.
I'm done. If my family wants to blow up at me for abandoning them, so be it. I've got to look out for myself, my credit, and my sanity. Here's to hoping things only get better from here.
Thank goodness.
You made this situation so easy for yourself. Everyone who commented their 2 cents are amazing people, and I thank you all for your support while I'm dealing with this. Truly, thank you. OP clarifies the timeline on when she was adopted into the family. Honestly, it was not as dramatic as it sounds. We're 3 years apart in age. I'm older. But my adoption was finalized around the time my sister was a toddler age. The process itself had started earlier, and it wasn't all done in a day. My parents had me placed with them before it was legally official. By the time the paperwork went through, when I was 6, she was already 3. It's just a messy timeline that happens when adoption, fertility struggles, etc. I forget all the details sometimes. My apologies. And on to update 2.
Oh boy. Dude, something that just popped into my head. Do you think his parents financially manipulate OP because they may have like her social security number?
That's why I think she's freezing everything. She's doing the right thing because she knows like they do have a chance. That's why she's like, nope, nope, nope. Freezing everything until I'm out, which is very smart. Update number 2. Discovered a credit card in my name. Okay, so I was really hoping the update post would be the last one, but here we are. I didn't expect it to turn into a bigger mess. After deciding not to co-sign the mortgage for my sister, I started taking extra precautions with my finances, locking down my credit, pulling my full credit reports, like you all suggested. I wanted to be absolutely sure no one could use my information without me knowing. That's when I stumbled on an active credit card I didn't open. Some of you guys warned me, and I guess I wasn't fast enough to lock down. It's been around for a couple years now. It was being used, but I'm assuming my parents wanted to keep it from me with the intention of using it as leverage. As of yesterday, the statements show purchases that look a lot like household expenses. You're not buying a house. I wonder who in your family's buying a house. The billing address on file points right back to my parents' home. I confronted them via text because I'm currently a couple hours away with a close friend. They claimed I benefited from these expenses, which doesn't make much sense because they never helped me with setting up my own apartment. Also, it explains why they assumed I'd be okay with co-signing. Turns out they've been using my credit for a while.
Oh.
Oh yeah, because remember, their credit's not that great. You know whose credit's really good? Yours, OP. Needless to say, I feel completely betrayed. This wasn't some tiny oversight my parents have been quietly using my name to fund their expenses. Now I'm talking to a professional to figure out whether I should dispute the charges or close the account outright without tanking my own credit in the process. Yes, smart. It's nerve-wracking realizing how they went behind my back even before this mortgage BS. At this point, I'm even more determined to move out of the state to get distance from all of this. My job is thankfully remote friendly, so relocating won't wreck my career. My friends have been amazing, offering support, so I don't completely lose my mind. If it weren't for them, I'd be a mess right now. And there's no real good segue, but by the way, you can listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app and just search OK Storytime. We have another relevant update and gotta finish the story, but Riley, anything else to add?
Dude, this is scary. I can't even imagine my parents doing this to me.
The parents were like, we adopted her because she's gonna be very, very successful, and we're gonna use that as leverage. We did a bad job, but we'll use her to be a good job. I'm not trying to be vindictive or overdramatic. I just need to protect myself. The trust is gone, and I don't see how I can maintain a healthy relationship with people who thought this was okay. I would also bring this up to your sister, like, hey, because guess what? If they can do this to me, they're probably gonna do it to you, if you're successful. It's sad, and I wish it didn't come to this, but I've got to prioritize my own future. I'll let you know if anything else major happens, but for now, I'm focused on fully separating my finances from my family, getting ready to move, and making sure I don't pay the price, credit-wise, for something I never agreed to. It's scary, but I'm hoping it'll be worth it to finally have a life and a credit score of my own. And we have some relevant comments. Commenter 1. Well, if they open credit in your name, that is considered identity theft. You should file a police report. Let the chips fall where they may. And that looks like a couple comments also state police reports.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's gross. Yeah, get away from your family. You don't need them. You were very smart. You did your best and they still got you, but
You live on.
you're going to be fine. But that's the end of that story.
My fiance's parents criticize me nonstop, so they're not invited to my wedding.
What in-laws?
My now fiance Jim and I have always been rocky with his parents. I have no contact with my family due to abuse and met Jim's parents at a very uncertain and scary time for me. By the way, this comes from Angel of Music 5 on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So they never particularly liked me and thought I was weird because of how nervous I was. However, I had a good reason. Jim still lived with them at the time, and I heard a lot about how controlling they were. His dad had some issue with looking at inappropriate content and lying about it in the past, so I won't fully go into that, but basically never took accountability for it. Jim's mom, Becky, not only enabled him, but projected onto Jim and became hyper-controlling in his teenage years. She assumed he would do the same thing just as he was male, and didn't let him watch any movies where a woman wore tight clothes, even cartoons. Aladdin was not allowed because Jasmine's design, and it even got to the point where Happy Feet was banned because penguins moved too silly.
What? What is this story that we're reading?
Oh, Jim was also not allowed to have Instagram or Facebook until he was 18 for fear he might see inappropriate pictures. You're just like holding back a crazy animal. This same restrictions were not placed on his sister. Jim's first relationship, which happened when he was 18, ended because the girl could not stand how awful Becky was. She grounded him from seeing her a week because he posted a picture of them kissing. Jim was stuck obeying because he wasn't financially able to move out and was still caught in the process of realizing how extreme this was. When the girl broke up with him, his mom refused to admit that she had a role in it and just ignored it while he struggled with severe depression for several months, and later told him he had hurt the family, spending a lot of time in his room and trying to process everything. I met Jim through my family's business. We had become best friends and then fell in love. He helped me break out of an abuse and gain independence, another story. And we've been together ever since. When I met his family, Becky was as hard on me as she had been on his first girlfriend, but it was bad enough. She criticized every move I made, was always behind my back. I talked too much, didn't talk enough, didn't make enough contact, didn't look like I was listening. There was always a problem. When Jim tried to stick up for me, she would just overrule him and insist she was right. If we tried to explain she was making me nervous, she got offended because she wasn't doing anything to make me nervous. I was just trying to act like she was my mother. Her other biggest issue was with my clothes. She's extremely picky about what women should wear, especially curvier women.
Well, not Jasmine. Come on. She's back to Jasmine from Aladdin.
I wasn't even allowed to wear anything below my collarbone in her house because I would be tempting her struggling husband to look. I am curvy with a big bust and big hips. And she didn't particularly like that Jim chose a curvy girl at all. Maybe insecure she is. My butt in leggings was a problem, but they always poke fun at me for wearing skirts which I like to do. I have chronic pain conditions that make jeans really uncomfortable to wear. So a lot of times I at a loss to what they wanted from me. I, of course, dressed the way I wanted outside of her home, but she would see my Facebook photos and complain. I thought about unfriending her, but that would have caused so much offense. I didn't want to put Jim through that. He was already dealing with getting treated badly by his sister, unfairly by his dad, and trying to juggle college and getting a second job to be able to move out. And I just wanted to be there as little drama as possible just until we could get a place together. We also started to notice her rules were very inconsistent. Jim's sister, Sydney, would wear things I definitely wouldn't be permitted to wear in Becky's house.
Yeah, because guess what? Dad's not going to be tempted with Cindy, his daughter, but you are not.
Becky indicated this was because Cindy was more petite. This made it clear her problem wasn't even with my clothing style, it was with my body, which made me very uncomfortable. Clothes are one thing, but I can't change the size and shape of my hips. And so moving forward a little bit to when Cindy began dating a guy. We expected her to go through what Jim and I went through upon introduction, but they didn't. Becky fell all over Sydney's boyfriend, welcomed him with open arms, made up cute nicknames for him, and literally would gaze at him while we sat at the table.
The double standard. I wonder what Mr. Dad's saying in this.
Jim and I figured she was living vicariously through Sydney or just plain liked him because she was always showed signs of preferring Sydney to Jim. She didn't like any girl Jim ever was interested in, but absolutely adored Sydney's guy. Another note, she had an issue with everything with me, but Sydney's guy was a different religion than her. Based on all Becky's opinions and views, that should have been a huge problem, but she didn't seem to care in the slightest. Jim was really hurt by the difference. We weren't allowed to do anything other than hold hands around them. If we hugged or put our arms out to one another, Becky would complain and tell Jim we needed to act like friends. But Sydney could straight up slap her guy's butt in the kitchen, and Becky acted like it was cute.
This is gross.
That and a mix of other things blew up, and Jim and I put a deposit down on an apartment. Of course, holy heck blew up at the prospect of Jim living with me unmarried, but Becky realized he was serious and seemed to calm down out of worry she might lose a relationship. After moving out, things got better. We saw them about once a month for holidays instead of every Sunday. We all got along better. They seemed genuinely happy to see us for about 2 months. Sydney began pulling her entitled crap again. Jim's dad began being overly authoritarian, and Becky started nitpicking again. It didn't get far before the big issue started. Jim does a lot of theater, and we got involved with the production of Macbeth. Jim was co-directing, and I was Lady Macbeth. Jim adores Shakespeare, and this was a big deal. But it also became a very stressful process. We got stuck putting together costumes last minute that we didn't know would be our responsibility. And we had been told a great flashy red formal gown for me to wear in the banquet scene. I found the highest quality one I could afford that still had a full skirt and wasn't stretchy and cheap, and it was off the shoulder and showed some cleavage. I asked Jim if it was okay since his mom would come to the show. He said, "I really don't care. They've come to my show where girls wore low-cut stuff before. They'll complain, but I don't have to plan my show around their opinions." I wore the dress. They came to the show and walked out at intermission.
These people are so like PG-13.
I don't understand why. Just because the dad had a problem doesn't mean like OP has a problem. Like, come on.
I got a problem with Becky.
Becky, come on and eat these fists. The entire cast was shocked. I only wore the dress for 15 minutes. On a tall stage from 30 feet away from them, it wasn't that bad. Everyone was extremely supportive of Jim, which was great, but we knew it wasn't over yet. The fact is, his mom was willing to walk out of the middle of a show Jim directed when she knew how much theater means to him floored me. When she called him a few days later, she was self-righteous and accusatory, calling him a bad boyfriend for letting me go on stage like that and claiming he did it on purpose. Jim told her it was literally the best one we could find, and she said she didn't believe him. He began pointing out all of her inconsistency, how she still watches Titanic, Pearl Harbor because she likes them, and how she didn't leave other family events when girls were dressed in lower cut stuff than me. It was just because it was me. She began gaslighting and denying she said those things. said she was perfectly justified to leave the show, and they were wrong to have a problem with it. She said we were choosing to take offense when she was just speaking truth. Jim told her, yes, them leaving was a consequence of our actions, but us having a problem was a consequence of theirs and needed to put herself in our shoes and take some accountability. It ended with nothing getting resolved. A few days later, I ran across a very good article about how society treats women when men look at them in gross ways. How we need to stop transferring the shame to the women and remember that even in the Bible, Jesus said to pluck out your eye if you're looking at a woman with lustful thoughts, and not to tell the woman to change her clothes. I reshared the article because I liked it. Cue Becky blowing up publicly on the post about, what about the hurt wife of the man who has to see him look at inappropriate women? Why does no one care about her? I replied as politely as I could, pointing out that that wasn't the topic of the particular post, and that there were plenty of resources of wives of men who struggle, therapy, church groups, support groups, etc., while mainly pointing fingers at women who get objectified, many of whom don't even know they're being looked at, or, like me, getting objectified no matter how we dress. I get hit on at work when I'm wearing a black polo. Becky continued on berating the lecturer, and I snapped back, telling her I was tired of her criticism, and I am perfectly within my rights to share my opinion on the subject, considering she does that constantly, and I never berate her publicly when I disagree. We switched to texting and continue arguing for a few texts. Jim's dad finally showed himself in a few nasty texts to Jim as well, which was bold considering his past behavior, because the entire issue for the family, and he's never apologized. This family's horrible.
I'm out of this family.
I think that Becky is a Christian. How can you live life with this much bitter and hate in your heart? Really? Like, this is crazy to me. People deal with stuff. People struggle with sin. Like, girl, you gotta cope a different way, man. This is crazy.
Every woman's the devil.
If I tell you not to think about an elephant, what are you going to think about? No, you're going to think about elephants. What you need to do, if you're a Christian, you need to think about God and love Jesus more in this case. But it just seems like she's like, no, 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 instead of like looking at something else. If you're just like, don't look at this, don't look at this, you're going to look at it and it's going to make it worse. Rather, think about and do other things.
Becky is just thinking about OP's curves and how Becky can never be what OP is, because Becky's husband never looks at her the way that everyone looks at OP.
Then, without giving me time to respond, Becky texted Jim and told him she was cutting contact until we had a change of heart. Jim was furious and sent them each a final message detailing all the crap they did again and gaslit him about for years, and said maybe some distance would be beneficial. We had our own little no-stress Thanksgiving, and then Jim proposed to me. It had been well known that he was going to propose, but Jim didn't reach out or tell his family when he was going to, except for his grandmother who lives out of state. His family said nothing, didn't reach out or anything, which was pretty normal for them, as they always refused to acknowledge our dating anniversaries or any smaller couple milestones in the past. Then, just before Christmas, Becky reached out. She told Jim a package had been accidentally delivered to their house and cheerfully invited him to come over, and they'd love to see him.
Accidentally? Okay.
Jim was even angrier at this because not only were they not acknowledging this milestone in his life, not acknowledging me at all, they were just acting like nothing had happened and things should just pop back into normal. And if you want the opposite of normal, you need to go to your favorite podcast platform, search up OK Storytime, and listen to stories just like this. We got tons. Far from normal. We got a little bit more, but this family is ridiculous and crazy.
They already did the thing where like, we're going to cut contact. And you're like, okay, bye. Great. You ripped off the Band-Aid for us.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate it. I didn't want to talk to you anyways.
They're the type of people that you cannot change. It's just the I'm always right, you're always wrong kind of thing. And that's what Becky is. She's like, whatever I think is right and what everyone else thinks is wrong.
It's just crazy. He told his mom, don't think that would be a good idea since I haven't had a change of heart. She responded by saying she didn't know what he was talking about and trying to rephrase her contact cutting text. He proceeded to ignore her since gaslighting is such a pattern, and there's no talking to her when she does that. He hasn't responded and doesn't feel ready to reach out, and they haven't said anything else. Our wedding is set for October, and the save the dates are going out in March, so they have 3 months to shape up or they will not be invited. Neither of us really want them there, A case of love them but don't like them for Jim and a genuine dislike for me. But of course, if they make nice, we will invite them. But there's going to have to be accountability and acceptance of our alternate views, and we seriously don't see that happening. Absolutely not.
I don't see that happening either. Or it's fake. Like they just come and then they'll say something and you're like, okay, well, you tried. Do we try and give them a chance? Do we tell them that?
Okay, do we want to be stressed out at our own wedding that should be about us, or do we have a good wedding and don't invite them?
Yeah, you're right. Your wedding, your rules. You know the lingo.
Opie, you know what's right and you know what to do. And that's the end of that story, guys.